In a sport where there are so many variables outside of the driver's control, sometimes the best thing to have is some luck. Hello, everyone. My name is Brody. The NASCAR Cup Series made their first of two stops at Martinsville Speedway, the infamous paperclip. This was the first NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series race at Martinsville with the new 750 horsepower package. How did it fare? Well, I guess we can take away that it was a bit better. How much better than the old package? I would only say marginally. I will get into everything that transpired into this race, the few things I actually did. I'll do my best to break it all down for you, share my thoughts and overall opinions at the end of the video. But in the actual meat of the video, we'll get into the race winner, of course. We'll get into my drivers of the day, the what the F driver of the race. We'll recap the race results, and then we'll break down my actual opinions on the racing product and what we saw on track. So let's dive in. Let's dive into the race winner, and it's a fan favorite for sure. The most popular driver in the sport, Chase Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia, gets the win in the number 9 Hendrick Motorsports Chevy Camaro. And that's right, Chevy is on the board for 2026. This is their first Cup Series win. It took them a lot longer than we thought it would, but go figure, it's on a short track where Hendrick Motorsports and Martinsville are like the dream team, dynamic duo of race team and overall track and performance. And it's lunacy how good they actually are at Martinsville. The new Chevy body has given Chevy overall some troubles early in the season. Fitting enough, we go to a place like Martinsville where the aerodynamic deficiencies of the new body that they haven't quite worked out yet are kind of masked with the short, tight turns of Martinsville. So Chevy gets their first Cup Series win of 2026, and it is Chase Elliott, the most popular driver. This win, however, masked a few glaring flaws that still remain with this short track package. So, how Chase Elliott actually won this race? You may look at his stat line and say 84 laps led. Yeah, he was a top contender all day long, for sure. Well, Chase Elliott, he started on 10th position. He fell back early and then he made his way forward, yes. But where the story takes a bit of a turn for Chase Elliott is in Lady Luck. I'm not blaming or casting this entire win based on luck, but you have to admit, Chase Elliott fans out there, you have to admit, it was a luck call, or just you can chalk it up to fortune that lended Chase Elliott a helping hand in this win. Due to there being so few cautions in stage 3, we actually saw some green flag pit stop sequences take place. This is where Chase Elliott used a opportunity. The team, Alan Gustafson, the whole 9 team, saw this as an opportunity to make a splash and take a gamble, take a chance. So they kicked off the pit cycle sequence. They short pitted. The entire field cycles out. Hamlin assumes the lead, the most dominant car of the race, and Elliott slots in second place, just in front of the second best car of the day, Ryan Blaney. And as the broadcast is literally eyeing Chase Elliott, saying he's got to pit again soon, he's got to pit again soon, he can't make it on these tires, we get a caution. Perfect timing for Chase Elliott. Ty Dillon, I believe he exploded a brake caliper or the entire rotor, got onto the track for debris. This nets the entire field to have to come back down pit road, and Chase Elliott, of course, gets the pit with the leaders. A fortunate break, but the opportunity worked out very well for the 9 bunch. One car decided to stay out, however, and that was Ross Chastain in the 1. So Elliott lines up just behind Ross Chastain in the second row in third place. We get back going, and it's a quick stint because Bo Wallace decides to just pile drive. Carson Hocevar causes a decent wreck. But this leads us to another restart where Chase Elliott is able to get by Ross Chastain and is able to get that infamous, glorious clean air. That is one of the issues I'm going to talk about later on. Clean air was king today at Martinsville. Chase Elliott gets the lead, has the clean air, and is just able to hold the lead. Use that clean air to his advantage. I think Chase Elliott had a top 10 car. I would put Hamlin better, Blaney better, Ty Gibbs better, Joey Logano better. Maybe Austin Cindric at points was better. I mean, Chase Elliott did not have the fastest car, but due to the lady luck striking and Elliott getting a fortunate break and getting that race lead, I'm not discrediting Chase Elliott at all. What a move to actually take the lead. And then on top of that, hold off Denny Hamlin, the fastest car. I mean, Hamlin was on a tear. He just, bam, Blaney, move out the way. He's going for a lead. Didn't matter. Chase Elliott was able to hold him off. It was impressive to watch, but clean air played a huge role in Chase Elliott getting this win. But Elliott played it to perfection, just like Hamlin did the first two stages that he swept. Elliott played the cards well enough to get the win. And Chase Elliott, he's good at Martinsville. Do not discredit this win at all. If you had, let's say, a top 15 car out there in the lead in the clean air, I don't think they would be able to hold off Denny Hamlin, the hard charging number 11 machine. But Chase Elliott had just enough car and the right amount of talent behind the wheel. Elliott gets it done at Martinsville Speedway. Say what you want about the win. Yes, it was a little bit of luck involved for sure, but Elliott did the driving. That car doesn't drive itself. He did a wonderful job carving up the lap traffic and using the clean air to his advantage, holding off the best car of the race, Denny Hamlin. So congratulations to Chase Elliott on a feel-good win. I bet the Martinsville crowd was just over the moon, ecstatic to see that awesome UniFirst paint scheme in Victory Lane. That's one of the better UniFirst paint schemes they've had. There's been some bad ones in the past, but I like the all whatever kind of green that is finish. Love that car. Think it's great. Love the black numbers. Anyways, getting sidetracked. Chase Elliott, masterful win at Martinsville. Very happy for him. And Chevy gets in the win column. I don't know if we'll see this continuation for Chevy. We are going to Bristol, but that track is a little bit more aero dependent for sure. So I don't know if the flaws of Chevy, the new body, will come out to play to haunt the Chevy teams a bit more, but only time will tell. Chase Elliott gets to win at Martinsville. Congratulations to the entire 9 bunch in Hendrick Motorsports and Chevy. Now let's move on to my drivers of the day. Let's begin with the best car of the day, Dennis Hamlin. He leads an impressive 292 laps out of 400. Had the fastest lap as well. One stage 1 dominated, one stage 2 dominated, and then Lady Luck decides to favor another team. It just didn't work out for Denny Hamlin. You're going to have races like that. I mean, it's kind of like a Phoenix Championship 2025 situation, unfortunately. But Denny Hamlin, you can't hang your head too much. It was an incredible race from the 11 team. This vaults him to third in the points, just behind Ryan Blaney and just ahead of Chase Elliott, who is now in the 4th spot for the overall points. Great day overall. Gets pole, stage 1 win, stage 2 win, gets the fastest lap, 56 overall points towards his total. It was an impressive win. Had the fastest car, no doubt, but the clean air was king, and it was enough to even stop the fastest car from getting back to the lead. So anyways, Denny Hamlin is definitely a driver of the day. Next is Joey Logano. I want to give Logano a shout out. He finished his 3rd, was in the top 5 pretty much the entire race. I'm giving him this driver of the day from bouncing back from a horrible Darlington where he was 3 laps down, not involved in a crash. That car was just slow. This is just a good bounce back, feel good situation for the 22 team. Wanted to give him a driver of the day because he did a very good job all day long in that 22 car. So Joey Logano gets a driver of the day. The next driver of the day is Logano's teammate, Ryan Blaney in the 12. Blaney should just be on the driver of the day consideration the entire season thus far because, I mean, he has to deal with the 35th ranked pit crew. Guys, there's only 36 full-time Cup Series entries. That's how bad that pit crew is. Blaney started 12th and was in the mix most of the day. His pit crew did a decent job this race. I mean, he still lost like 1 to 2 spots every single pit stop, but it's better than having a loose wheel every single time down the pit lane. But nonetheless, Blaney, he finishes 6th, but he really should finish 2nd. third at least if Chase Elliott still gets the win. If Hamlin won, Blaney should have been second. Elliott won, he should have been at least third. He got fenced by Denny Hamlin. This was just egregious to me. Hamlin, you're a veteran, a seasoned veteran. You should know better. You should know when your car is going to get tight like that. Let off, live to fight another day. At least let the guy behind you just fence live to fight another day. It looked like it knocked the toe out of Blaney's 12 Mustang. It was just unfortunate. I think that really played a factor into him not being able to pass his way back up. He rallies back to sixth place, but again, that car should have been at least on the podium finish. Still a decent overall points day for the 12, but again, he could have finished better. So, anyways, he's a driver of the day, no doubt. The last driver of the day is a Team Penske affiliate, Josh Berry, in the number 21 Wood Brothers Ford Mustang. He gets a top 10 finish, finishes in the 10th spot, started third, and was just kind of mired in the 15th to 8th place range the most of the day. I'm just happy they got that monkey off their back, finally getting a decent finish. Just happy to see it. So, want to give Josh Berry a shout out. Now it's time for the What the F driver of the race. And with the race, so few of actual on-track racing events that stuck out or were egregious enough to be like, what happened? What was that? There was one that stuck out above the very few others. Bo Wallace in the number 2311 Racing Toyota Camry just had a kerfuffle in his brain. I don't know what got him that upset to run over Carson Hocevar. I mean, Hocevar is known as the Hurricane, but Bubba Wallace should be known as the Tsunami because he just did a Hocevar to Hocevar. That was egregious, in my opinion. There has been no documented incident, and Bo Wallace even said in his interview there was no real reason to do that. He was upset. Hocevar took him three wide. We're racing on a restart late in the race. You got to expect moves aggressive to be made, and it's Hocevar. You got to expect that from Hocevar. Anyways, Bo Wallace sends it in there, knocks Hocevar out of the way, destroys that left rear section of the car, spins him around, spins Zane Smith around, collects others, and takes himself out in the process. If you're that mad, you cannot pull a Danica Patrick. Number one rule in stock car racing, what is it, guys? Learn to wreck somebody without wrecking yourself. Bo Wallace ends up giving himself a DNF in the process. So just not a great look for the 23 driver. He ruined his own race and ruined other people's races for no reason. Yeah, I get it's Martinsville, you're upset, you're a bit mad, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. He plummets down the overall point standings. I mean, he's down 8 positions already in the past 2 races. It was just not worth it overall. So Bo Wallace, hope he can bounce back in the next race coming up after the bye week. But Bo Wallace is my what the F driver of the race. Let's take a look at your race results. Here is your top 10. Let's begin with Ty Gibbs. Another top 5 finish. That win is coming. It is coming. Brace yourself, guys. I know you probably don't like it, but this kid, he's getting faster. He's getting the hang of it. This is his 5th consecutive top 6 finish. That's very impressive. Very, very impressive for the young Ty Gibbs, who finishes in another top 5 place, 4th position. Just behind him in 7th is his Joe Gibbs Racing teammate, Christopher Bell, who just kind of had a meh day overall. Other than Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell struggled, and Chase Briscoe struggled as well. He finishes, where did Chase Briscoe finish? Let me scroll down the list here. He finishes 14th. He started 27th, was a lap down or 2 laps down at one point, and gets back on lead lap, gets a top 15, I suppose, but in a Joe Gibbs Racing car, you can't miss a setup that bad. So that was just an interesting situation overall. Sandwiched between the Joe Gibbs Racing cars was William Byron, finishes 5th. He started 2nd. He took the lead straight up from Denny Hamlin in stage 1 due to some lap traffic issues, and then he kind of just slipped back, but he rallies back late in the race for a top 5 finish. Well done, William Byron. Austin Cindric gets an 8th place finish. He was in the top 5 for a brief stint, along with his Team Penske teammates. All the Penske cars looked fast. Well done, Austin Cindric. And just behind him in 9th place is Kyle Larson, who I think had like a 15th place car, honestly. He somehow gets it to a ninth place finish. He qualified 13th at a track he's pretty good at. So interesting dynamic overall there. In 11th place is SVG at arguably his best oval racetrack at Martinsville Speedway. Well done for SVG. Some RFK racing cars just behind him, Ryan Preece and Brad Keselowski. And then we have Tyler Reddick in 15th spot. We know Reddick's weak point is the short tracks, but this was the real first kink in the armor for that 2311 entire organization. I mean, Bo Wallace didn't have the best car. Reddick didn't have the best car. He qualified 8th, was really outside the top 10 the entire day, finishes 15th. Not very impressive. Still has an incredible points lead, though. Despite being taken out by Bo Wallace late in the race, Hocevar still rallies for a 17th place finish. The O'Reilly Series winner at Martinsville, Justin Allgaier, still filling in for Alex Bowman, who is still feeling symptoms of vertigo. Alex Bowman, wish you the best. Hope to see you back in a race car soon. Allgaier finishes 22nd. He's just not used to the next gen car. Can't blame the guy. In 24th and 25th is Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon. RCR, look, I don't have the energy right now to talk about RCR because it's just the same thing every single week. They qualified like 30th, 33rd, and 36. It was bad. Like I was like, oh man, here we go again. Anyways, they get top 25 finishes. Not amazing. And Connor Zilic is still struggling in the 26th spot. He's got a learning curve to go through. He is definitely learning. This is honestly similar to what SVG had to go through. Zilic is still fairly new to oval racing in stock cars, and the next gen car is arguably a harder, very hard step to take compared to the O'Reilly Series car, with just how it handles overall. All right, let's dive into my overall opinions for this Martinsville race. I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be honest. You guys know I keep it real around here. This race was the worst race of the NASCAR Cup Series season, I think, by a good margin. I mean, this race featured little to no passing or no passing opportunities, especially at the front of the field. Clean Air was dominant yet again. This spring Martinsville race just tends to put on these races where you can't see that much opportunities even to pass. You have to have a exceptional car to make any sort of charge to the front. The only cars that were able to move through the field, in my opinion, was the 12 of Blaney, maybe the 22 Logano at points, and Denny Hamlin. That's it. The winner of the race, Chase Elliott, got the lead due to a fortunate situation on the track that netted him the lead after pit stops. It was a fortunate situation. Chase Elliott would have not won this race if it wasn't for that fortunate situation. He would have not passed Blaney or Hamlin, no shot at all. It was the clean air that helped Elliott, and he's talented as well, but the clean air was king. There was also no significant enough tire wear to make it to where the actual pit stops had more strategy options. We saw one car stay out on older tires, and it was Ross Chastain. And it didn't work out too well for him because he finishes outside the top 10. There needs to be a bit more fall off for this Martinsville race with this next gen car to work enough to be a compelling enough product to watch. It is not right now. And I'm okay saying that. I'm okay being honest right now because Martinsville is one of the best NASCAR tracks on the schedule. Please don't pass the blame off of the track. It's not the track, it's the car. NASCAR knows that. Goodyear knows that. The teams, the drivers, they know this. The short track package is still not perfect. I think it was an overall improvement. We did see a bit more passing. It was still so hard to pass. The cars are running such similar speeds and such similar lap times, and it's hard to pass lap traffic as well. And passing cars up front and passing for the lead, no shot whatsoever. We need Goodyear to go It's a little bit harder, a little bit more aggressive with the tire compound they bring next time for Martinsville. There's a way around it. There's a way to get this car to work at Martinsville. We just need to have more research, more data, dive deeper, take bigger chances. If it's putting 900 horsepower back in these cars, so be it. I know the fans would love to see that. It's just not where it needs to be for this track to thrive with the current car. It's definitely not the track. Look at the O'Reilly series. That race was great. It was sloppy at the end, but it was great. NASCAR, let's keep working on it. Keep trying to find data, inputs, get feedback from the drivers. Let's get the engineers together. We can work on something to get Martinsville better. This new short track package, it worked a little bit, but not enough, not nearly enough. Let's get with Goodyear, the engineers, the drivers, the teams. Let's figure out a better way to present the Martinsville product for the fans and the fans watching at home. That's my overall opinions of how the race actually went. I think the racing product was, again, lackadaisical. I mean, it was pretty, be straight up, it was kind of boring at times. I mean, it was boring for a large majority of the race. That is coming from more of a racing purist. I don't need cautions to enjoy a NASCAR race. Did I enjoy this race? Yeah, absolutely. I love watching NASCAR on any track, despite how lack of passing there is. I love seeing these big V8 engines roar on these tracks, but even I can say that this race was lacking at certain points in time. This is good. The entire finish is going to overshadow how the short track package actually raced at Martinsville because of the winner. Sometimes the finish outshines a bad race, and that's good for NASCAR. That is great for NASCAR, but I don't want this to be a lingering effect to where we don't do anything and we come back to Martinsville and it's a race where Hamlin, instead, he leads 350 laps out of 400, and there's no passes for a lead, and there's no pit stop sequence, no chance for the drivers to make any kind of move because the tires don't matter enough. Clean air is so dominant. The cars are running such similar lap times. We don't want that to happen. So let's not get complacent. Let's keep working at it. I know we can do it. But anyways, overall, not the best race. I think it's the worst race of the season, but I still enjoyed it as a NASCAR fan. So let me know your thoughts down below, what you think of the Martinsville race, of the new package at Martinsville. Did you enjoy the race? Did you not? Are you a Chase Elliott fan? Are you excited about the win? Great win overall. Happy for Chase Elliott. I want to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, choosing this channel to get NASCAR content and news and race reviews and breakdowns and analysis from me. I really, really do appreciate all your viewership, and thank you so much. Let me know what you think about the video. Leave a like, comment down below, and please subscribe if you'd like to. Just one more NASCAR fan subscribing to this channel would mean the world to me. But anyways, guys, I'll leave you with this. Have a great, wonderful, and even splendid rest of your day. See ya.